Fireman Davey to the rescue! Woo! Okay, now, where's the fire? Oh, there it is. I've got 1, 2, 3 men in there that are crying out for help. I better go in there and rescue them right now.
You're too big.
Wait a minute, Davey.
What's the matter?
You can't go in there without protection.
What do you mean?
And you're too big.
You need protection before you go into the fire.
What kind of protection?
Well, God's protection.
God's protection?
Yeah, you know there's a story in the Bible about 3 men who got thrown into a fire.
There is?
There is. Their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
What?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Those are weird names.
Well, yeah, they are kind of funny names. But anyways, they...
Can I sit down for this story?
Absolutely. Here. Just have a seat. Okay, there we go.
I
Okay.
have a feeling this is going to be long.
It might be a little bit lengthy, but it's okay. You'll enjoy it, I'm sure. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego loved God with all of their heart.
All of their heart?
All of their heart. They loved God so much. And
Like how much?
like this much.
Like this much?
Probably more than that.
Like this much?
They loved God with all of their heart. And that's a lot. Okay?
I can tell.
Yes. So, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego lived in a place called Babylon.
Babylon.
And in Babylon, there was a very evil king.
How evil?
He was...
Did he steal candy from people?
Yes. I'm sure that he did.
Did he take little boys' lunch monies?
I'm sure he did that too.
Because I had a bully that did that to me in school.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, that's wicked and evil.
Yeah.
But listen.
He took all my milk money, and I couldn't drink milk.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen. King Nebuchadnezzar was even more evil than that.
More evil than that?
Yes. King Nebuchadnezzar.
That's crazy.
Yes. King Nebuchadnezzar was wicked.
Oh.
And you know what? He wanted everybody in the whole kingdom to worship him instead of God.
Worship him? You mean everybody had to give them his lunch money?
They had to bow down to him.
Whoa.
Whenever the trumpet sounded,
Like that?
just like that, yeah. Whenever the trumpet sounded, yes, everybody in the whole kingdom had to bow down to him.
Like what?
Like this? Well, not quite like that.
Was it like rock music?
No. No, it wasn't like rock
Was it like rock music?
No, it wasn't like rock music.
Oh.
They had to bow down to him like they were praying to him, like we pray to God.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yes. Right. So one day, that's right, Davey. Okay, focus. I'm telling the story.
Okay.
You ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
So one day the trumpets went off. Very good. And everybody bowed down to King Nebuchadnezzar, except 3 people. Do you remember the three names I told you? Do you guys remember? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They did not bow down because they loved God with all their hearts. And you know what? This made King Nebuchadnezzar very angry. It did. And he said, "You 3 boys over there, you bow down right now."
Ooh, I would have bowed.
They did not bow. They said, "Sorry, King, but we can't bow to you. We bow to God only. He is our King."
Oh, they stood up to a bully?
They stood up to him big time. And this made King Nebuchadnezzar so mad. He said, "If you don't bow down to me, I'm going to throw you in a fire."
Did he act like a mental patient?
He did act like a mental patient.
Did he go, "Ah!"
Yeah, and he was crazy. He was crazy mad. And you know what happened?
What?
King Nebuchadnezzar said, "If you don't bow down to me, I'm going to throw you in a fire." And you know what Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said?
What?
They said, if you throw us in a fire, that's fine, but we can't bow down to anybody but God.
Whoa, they actually chose to go in the fire?
They did. And
That's crazy.
That made King Nebuchadnezzar so mad. He said, "You make that fire 10 times hotter."
10 times?
10 times hotter.
Sure?
It was, well, actually I'm not positive, but it was really, really hot. It was so hot that the guards that threw them into the fire died.
They died?
And they weren't even in the fire. They're just the ones that threw him in.
Whoa,
And that's how hot it was.
That's like my hair dryer because it blows my hair all around. You see?
I see. You need a comb, actually. We'll take care of that later.
I kind of like my beard.
Yeah? Okay. Anyways. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego got thrown in the fire.
What do you think of me just getting a mustache?
No. Anyways. Definitely not mustache. Anyways. But King Nebuchadnezzar, and he was so proud of himself. Boys, he was proud of himself because he sat back and he said, alright, I threw those rebels in the fire. They didn't want to bow down to me. So he sat back and he's looking over at the furnace. And he sees 4 guys in there. And he says, hey, didn't we just throw 3 guys in the fire?
The 4th was Jesus.
That's right.
The 4th was Jesus?
He knows the story too. He was. There were 4 men in the fire. And King Nebuchadnezzar said, and the 4th one looks like the Son of God.
Did?
Who is the Son of God, Davey?
Jesus.
Jesus, that's right. Just like Javante said. Jesus was in that fire with them.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
How did he get in there?
Because they believed in him and trusted him for their protection.
They did?
They did. And we can do the same thing. Maybe we're not going to get thrown into a fiery furnace, but we'll go through trouble sometimes too. Maybe a bully at school, or maybe someone we know dies, or maybe you get sick. Those are the trials of life. Sometimes they're called fires of life. But if we trust God for our protection, Jesus will be with us in those times.
Wow. I'm going to trust Jesus with my life from now on.
That's a good thing to do.
I'm going to trust him to take care of those 3 people in that fire right there.
I think that's a good idea.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Did you know there's a 4th man in there?
There's a 4th man in there?
Yeah. I think it's Jesus because he has a cross.
Wow.
Yep, it's Jesus. I think Jesus is going to save those people. What do you think?
I think that he can. He definitely has the power to. Look,
Whoa, Jesus just turned that thing off for me.
the fire went out.
Whoa. Jesus is pretty cool.
He is very awesome.
He's awesome.
Jeez.
Okay, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to try to go trust God right now. And, but before I go, do you think something that maybe you can recommend me to the fire department? Because they haven't really joined them yet.
Oh, you haven't really joined the fire department?
Yeah, but with my new skill, I can probably join.
I'm sure that you probably could.
Because I can make Jesus put all my fires out.
Well, Jesus can't put out fires. I mean, Jesus could put out fires, literally. But I think usually firemen use water.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But you can trust Jesus for other troublesome things in your life.
So you think they'll let me join this time?
I think that if you work really, really hard and do your best, that you can probably join.
Whoa, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll make sure I put your name down on my application.
Okay, you have him call me.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Davey.
Bye, everybody.
Alright, boys, let's go to the front of the bus. How did you like that story?
Didn't turn off the song?